2 webinars this morning already, and I'm freezing, so I had to get up, move around, take a quick breath from outside, breathe in some fresh air. It's been a long morning already, and it is only 7:30. So sorry about being late. How are you doing? It's Judy here from Tribe of Traders, and co-founder of Tribe of Traders, and we are successful in how we trade because of our unique approach to trading. Okay, because we don't consider ourselves traders per se, but rather wealth builders. So we are wealth builders first, traders second, and that's, I think, part of our unique approach to trading. And that's what allows us to trade profitably. So what I want to actually speak about today is, do you know what your trading objectives are? Good morning, Patricia. Good morning. I'm sorry I'm late. It's been a long morning already. We've had 2 webinars already this morning. So do you know what your objectives are? Do you know what your trading objectives are? Hi, Lynette. How's it? And I think that is goes a long way to helping you selecting high probability trades as well. Irrespective of what your strategy is, if you know what your objectives are and marry your objectives to the strategy that you trade, then you're going to be taking the high probability trades. So here we go. I'm going to give you an actual relevant example of what I mean. So we have this drama going on at the moment with the coronavirus, and the media is going wild, absolutely having a field day. Scaring the bejesus out of everybody. Thank you, Patricia. Literally scaring the bejesus out of everybody. Okay, and it's funny to watch. Not funny. It's not funny. It's I suppose it's predictable to watch the market react to that. Okay, because the market is just, hundreds of thousands or millions of yous and me's, trading the market with the sentiment that we are getting from society. Okay, so that's what the market will be showing us, and certainly the massive sell-off on the indices late last week, and the risk off in forex trading is just a result of the chaos and the panic that the media are creating through this virus. I mean, it's losing all perspective. Listen, hey, I get it. If you're one of the people with the virus, it's very real for you. If you're one of the people that's passed away, it's bloody real for you. And if you're a family member who's lost somebody, right, that's really, really real, okay? But as it is for cancer or heart disease or diabetes or suicide or anything else, all those other awful things that take lives, okay? But the media is just creating chaos around us, and it is reflecting in the market, because the market is just a physical representation of society's sentiment, right? And in Forex right now, we have a situation that we call risk off. So in other words, traders are being cautious about where they're putting their money. And you can tell that's risk off because you can see where the money is going. Money is going to Swiss franc, it's going to the yen, and it's going to euro. Now, historically, the US dollar was a safe haven, but less so now. When what has taken its place, it would appear, is certainly the euro. So you've got all the money going to those safe havens, and so running away from the Kiwi, from Aussie dollar, from US dollar, from pound, from all the other instruments, and going to the safe havens. And in that movement, it's creating a lot of momentum, all right? Even if you haven't got trend, you've certainly got a lot of momentum. And there are a lot of strategies that trade momentum and trend and whatever else, okay? So what I've observed in the tribe is there's two groups, right? There's the group of people that want to get in and want to make the most of this and feel like, oh my God, I'm going to miss out, I'm going to miss out, I'm going to miss out. I've got to get into these trades. How do I get into these trades? How can I get into these trades as quickly as I can? Crazy, right? Then you get the other side who are just consistently doing what they've always done. Okay, now here's the thing. In which of those camps does your strategy, or does your objectives, I should say, lie? Does it lie with the frenetic, oh my God, I must get in, I must make some money now. Does it belong there? In the chaos? Marrying your bloody chaos with the chaos of the media? Does it? I put it to you, no, it doesn't. Calm the shit down. Okay? Marry your objectives with your strategy and stay with it. You making an extra 10% frenetically trying to get in and make the most out of this dumping in the market because the media is creating chaos is not going to make any difference to you in the longer term. Yes, you might make an extra 10%. Yes, you might make an extra 20% or whatever it is. But what's this 10% or 20% going to cost you in the longer term? What is it going to cost you in the longer term? I'll tell you what it's going to cost you. You are like, if that is the way you are trying to trade, one, it's shortening your time horizon. And we all know that you need to have an extended time horizon when you're trading. Because if you don't have an extended time horizon, you don't understand what the lower compounding is. Okay? So when you're trying to panic, trying to get in, and marrying your state with media, okay, you are shrinking your time horizon. You're in a panic. You're in the greed zone and thinking that there'll never be an opportunity to make this again. And you'll be getting into it. So you're disrupting the apple cart. You're no longer grounded, centered, heart-centered, being open to receiving the information from the market in that calm, centered, trade-ready state. Instead, you are in that panic state that the media is creating, and you'll be grabbing from the market. Now, for short term, that might work for you because you'll be running on adrenaline. And in a sense, there is a heightened awareness in the short term with that adrenaline. But that wears out because it's exhausting. That sends all sorts of chemicals and hormones and whatnots through your body. Okay, it's tiring. It builds up stress. And then when all that noise calms down, you have to now go and figure out how to get back to how you were before the chaos. Okay? And you may, or you may not, have an extra 5, 6, 10, 20% in your account. Great. Fantastic. So if you've got £2,000 in your account, or you've got £5,000, there's an extra few £100. Great. Wonderful. Good for you. Now you have to try and figure out and get back, when the markets all calm down and everyone's gone back to normal, all this hoo-ha is settled, you've got to go back to normal, right? You've got to figure out, what is that normal? Try and get back into that calm state. Try and get back into that routine, okay? Where in actual fact, if you never deviated from that calm, centered, grounded, trade-ready, and trading in alignment with your objectives, having a longer term view, taking a longer time horizon approach to your trading, where you consistently just take from the market time, knowing that your trade today is as important as your trade last week and as important as your trade next year. Okay? And it's the small, consistent things done over time that has the radical difference. That's the laws of compounding. All right? There's no shift in behavior, no stress, no anxiety, just consistency. That's what marrying your trade objectives to your strategy and having a plan will do for you. It will ensure that you are not caught up in the spin, in the chaos of what is out there. Instead, you will remain centered, grounded, and true to what your objectives are, and not subjugating yourself to the objectives of society, or more specifically in this case, media. Whatever the objectives are that is driving that chaos, whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is. Is it to sell papers? Is it to sell news? Is it to whatever it is? It doesn't matter what it is, but whatever it is, you're not impacted by it. You're not subjugated. You're not a victim. You're not falling victim for it. Instead, you're remaining grounded, centered, confident, and certain in your destiny, and being clear about your vision, your goal, and not deviating from that one iota. Your burning desire, your vision for what it is that you want to be, do, and have right now, today, next week, next year, next decade, next generation, whatever that is, you're remaining true to that. That is the difference between somebody having their strategies, their objectives, I should say, married to their strategies. So their objectives, what do I mean by objectives? So because I don't read the news in detail, I didn't even know the virus had an effect on the market until I mentioned it. I did wonder why the market behaved like that. Hello, Bubbles. How are you? Yes, that's really good. That's really, really good, Patricia, that you didn't know. Now, here's the thing. For me, when I look at the market, what I saw was a run to the safe havens. So then I looked at the indices, and I saw that there was a massive sell-off. And that's when I started realizing that, in actual fact, the chaos being created by the media is actually impacting the markets, which is not surprising, because the market is nothing but hundreds of thousands of yous and me's, doing our bit. And most of yous and me's out there are in that panic mode, in that high stress mode, in that shortened time horizon mode, in that where they get caught up in the greed, where you've got to actually try and make the most of it. And you've got to make, dare I say it, make hay while the sun shines. That is a shortened time horizon. That is assuming that all the trades that you're going to take during this time is going to make a significant difference to your longer term goal. And I put it to you that it is not, because it is not about how you react to the market. It's about how you are over time. Because when you get caught up in that, I need to make the most of this, you're no longer in that grounded, centered, calm, trade-ready state. You're now in the short-term greed, got to grab. Okay, and I think in certain types, there is a style of trading that might work for, but when it comes to retail traders like us, there's phenomenal wisdom in having a trade plan, having objectives, and having a strategy, and having them all married together, that ensures that we can consistently do what we do, no matter what the market is doing, no matter what society is doing, no matter what the media is doing, just that we can consistently do what we do throughout whatever storm, come hail, rain, or sunshine, whatever it is, we weather that, doing nothing differently than what we do all the time. And in that consistent way is when we actually reach our goals effortlessly. Trading brings up enough itchy, scratchy, uncomfortable senses. It brings up enough emotion. It triggers enough of our belief systems without reacting or being reactive to the crazy madness of media and society. So why not give ourselves the best possible edge to reach our goal, reach our target effortlessly, stress-free, and with as high an ROI as possible, with as high a return on investment of our time as possible in trading. Remember, trading is an arrow in your quiver of wealth building. You're not a trader, you're a wealth builder. And that's the difference. We are retail traders. We are wealth builders. We're doing it because we want to build wealth. We're doing it because we want to build financial freedom. We want to have the freedom that wealth brings us. We want to have the freedom that is our birthright. That is why we are trading. We are not chasing the money, the short-term money, the greed, the getting the 10% now. I mean, what would you rather have? 10% of $1 million in 5 years' time, or 10% of 2,000 in your account now? What would you rather have? Because I guarantee you, if you're chasing the extra 10% that you could get in this chaos, or the extra 20% you can get in this chaos, if you're chasing that, all right, you then have to reconfigure yourself when the markets calm down and they're going back to normal, whatever normal is, and they go back to sort of a semblance of normality, I should rather say. You now have to figure out how to get back into that zone. Whereas if you're very clear on your plan, very clear on your objectives, very clear on your strategy and how they all marry together, you'll weather any storm. You'll weather any storm. And then when you've got the freedom that you desire, when you have the financial freedom, then you can possibly look at taking some of those funds and doing some high risk trading. But if you're still, on the road to that, stay focused and give yourself every single opportunity, every chance, every single edge and advantage to get you to your financially secure, financial freedom state as soon as possible. Because your greatest wealth, your greatest asset in life is time. Not money, not chasing the buck. It is time. Make sure that whatever it is you're doing, you're getting the highest return on your investment of time. And there's no faster return on investment when you trade as a wealth builder rather than a trader. So whatever you do, if you do nothing else, I would love you to spend this week making sure you're clear on your trade plan. What are your objectives? What are the strategies you trade? Marry them together. And make sure that you are consistent, come what may, that you are consistent with them. So your objectives will be sort of what time of the day do you trade? How long do you trade? How many trades do you take in a month? What risks do you take? What is your target? What's your return target? What's your drawdown target? How do you manage your return targets throughout the month? How do you manage your drawdown target throughout the month? That's all your objectives. That's all in your plan. That's your objectives, and that's your strategy. What do you get from your strategy? Is it a 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1? How do you trail? How do you manage your trades? How does that fit in with your objectives? How does that fit in with your plan? Make sure that they're all married. When you do that, guys, you've got the highest return on investment into the greatest asset that you have, which is your time. And you will build financial freedom quicker than you can have a blink of an eye. It will be there like that. Then when you've got the financial freedom that you would love, then you take a small portion of that and you go into high risk, and you take advantage. Sure, you can take advantage. But when you're in the wealth building mode to get the financial freedom that you would love, not the time to do it. Time to do it is when you have it. You have, it's like a pyramid. That you have a wealth that looks and represents a pyramid where you have a large basis of cash, right? Cash, what I call in your bulletproof account. You've got 2 years of cash that you never have to, you've got cash available that if you never made another cent for the next 2 years, you have cash to sort you out. 3 years even, 4 years even, you've got enough cash. Look at Apple, look at their cash reserves, right? Massive cash, that's your basis. And then you might have, what they call in the UK ISAs, I think maybe in the States it's 401s. I don't know what they are in Australia, but like highly safe government bonds, right? And then you have like maybe properties, and maybe you have above that utilities investments, and then you have your trading, forex trading, and then you have maybe your shorter term or higher risk, or maybe you then invest in startups. So your wealth building represents a pyramid, okay? But you've got to earn the right. You've got to have a basis. And as retail traders, what we are doing is retail traders should be about halfway up on your pyramid. So you should have quite a lot of bases, all right? Halfway up. And then in that space, you're in the wealth building. And when you get towards the top, and you have massive cash reserves, then you can start doing this crazy, crazy stuff, okay? With a small portion of your wealth. So hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully that makes a difference to how you will approach your trading this week. Because whether risk on or risk off continues or not this week, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, give yourself the biggest edge possible. Stay focused on your own goal, your own agenda. Don't subjugate and don't risk your wealth building, your road to freedom, financial freedom, with the chaos that's being created outside of you, because if you do that, you're subjugating yourself and you're victimizing yourself to that. Okay. All right, guys, have a fantastic week. And if you think of anybody who you know that's trading that could benefit with hearing what I've said or shared today, please do share this Facebook Live with them. And also, if you're not in the trading community, come and join us, because we'll have a chat again on Friday at 7:30 UK time. And let's have a discussion and see how this week went. Let's see what happened. Let's have a discussion and see how this week went. And if you've got any questions about objectives, you've got any questions about, how you remain calm in this chaos, let's go and chat about it on Friday. In the meantime, have a fantastic day, guys, and a brilliant week. Lots of love. Bye-bye.